technician. I'm going to talk a little bit more specifically about your 27th letter assignment. And hopefully you've watched the previous videos on how to use Illustrator so that you have context on what I'm doing here. So I'm just starting off with a couple of letters that I may or may not combine. And I'll just zoom in, so Command plus lets you zoom into the space. I have my character panel visible here. You can always find that under Window, Type, Character. There's also paragraph that you may choose from. So currently my type is live, meaning I can come in and click to it, and continue typing in there. But I can't come in and select the curves or the shape to modify it since it's still live type. So what you want to do is select the letter. You can use your black selection tool, and I'm going to come under Object and Type, and choose Create Outlines. So again, that's Type, Create Outlines. So now outlines are created, and if I come in and zoom in, I can see when I click with my direct selection tool, so the white arrow, I actually have access to the various anchors for the curves and for the corners. So I'm going to do the same thing for the letter I here, and select it, and then choose Type, Create Outlines. Great. So now I can come in and do some modifications. So I can click on Anchors, zoom in a bit, change the curvature, for example. I can always use my direct selection tool to select several anchors and say increase the size, modify that, maybe make this one a little bit longer. I could come in and make rounded corners. And as well, now that it's turned to outline, I can also combine them. So they're shapes now, they're not live text anymore. So I have my Pathfinder tool, which I'll just close. You can get that under Window, Pathfinder. That allows you to combine shapes. So we have Unite, Minus, Front, Intersect, Exclude, Divide, for example. So if I bring in my letter here, sure, and have them both selected, I could combine them or unite them. So now they're all one unit, or I can undo. Or for example, I could minus front, so whatever is in front disappears, so that just got rid of the dot. I could do intersect. Oh, yeah. For something like the letter I, it's still combined. There we go. There we go. So, because they were still combined, I could not do the intersect, but there it is. So I can undo that. For something like this letter with the I and the dot, they're still united as one. So they're currently grouped, and I can always ungroup. And release the compound path. There we go. So now I have my dot available. So I can always it's really good. So I could always combine these into one, and we could say that that is possibly my finished 27th letter. You're also doing sketches, just zooming out here. So you might want to trace with those. So what you can do is link an image of your drawing. So under File, first I want to go to my layers And currently it's listed as layer 1, which is where I'm drawing right now, so I'm just going to say letter form. I can always make another layer, and on that layer I could have my sketch. So I can choose from the bottom here, there's a little new create layer button, and I'm just going to call this sketch, and I can go file, place, and there's my sketch. I can place that. There we go. Currently it's in front of where I'm actually drawing, so I can just move that layer below, and now I can sketch in front of it, and I can also lock it so it doesn't move around, and I'm just drawing on the letter form layer to create my image, or to create my letter form. Okay, once your letter form is completed, you'll want to add it to your InDesign template, so to show it off. So you don't need the entire artboard for that. You just actually need the letter form itself. When you place an illustration from Illustrator into InDesign, it brings in the whole artboard. So if you bring in the whole artboard, you'll just have a bunch of white space around your letter form that you don't need. All right, so I'm just gonna turn off my sketch layer. I don't need that. And I'm just gonna select the artboard tool, which is at the bottom of the hand. So if I click that, I can just bring in my artboard to the size that I actually need, and it won't bring in all that extra space into Illustrator, or into InDesign. There we go. Save that. If I go into InDesign, there we go. I can just do File, Place, and I'll just find there's my 27th letter as an Illustrator file. I can click Open and place it. I can always come in. So that modifies the frame, as we remember from our previous Illustrator. Just clicking on the circle gives you the brown, which modifies the image itself. And if you want to modify them both, Shift Command allows you to modify both the frame and the image within the frame at the same time. All right. Thank you so much for watching, and have fun making your 27th letter.